Math 3, Unit 5, Section 4. Today we're talking about a 5-number summary. Pretty exciting. Okay, so the standard deviation is a great way to measure the distribution of the data when the data is normally distributed. But if the data is skewed left or right, then the 5-number summary describes the data better. Okay, so your 5-number summary is like this. Now, oftentimes this will also be either, they'll call it low or min, and you either have high or max values. So what happens is you are splitting your data set into 5 numbers. So you have your lowest number, you have your highest number, you have your median, and then you have a median of the first half of data, which is the Q1, and then you have a median of the last set of data, which is Q3. Okay? So, we are going to look at this data set. Now, first of all, with 5-number summaries, you want to always make sure that they are in ascending order. Oh my goodness. So, this set of data, if you look here, is it in ascending order? Smallest to greatest. Yes, so that just made our life very easy, okay? Now we need to check to see how many pieces of data we have, okay? So I like to just go ahead and number them. So we have 1, 2, okay, so we have 14 pieces of data. Okay, if I were to split this in half, so if we take 14 divided by 2, there will be how many numbers on each half? 7. Okay, so if you go through here, I'm going to just draw a line here. There are 7 numbers on the left side and 7 numbers on the right side. Is everybody good with that? How do we find our median? Very good. So remember that when you have to cut these in half, there actually isn't a middle number. And so your median, your middle number, is the average of those 2 numbers. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and take 12 plus 15 and divide that by 2. 12 plus 15 is 27, and 27 divided by 2 is? Very good. So my median is 13.5. Do you know what your minimum value is? Very good. And our maximum value is? 32. So if there was a middle number, then that would just be our median value. Okay? The median is never part of Q1 or Q2. Okay? So like 13.5 isn't part of this data set. There isn't a number 13.5 in here. Does that make sense? And so if there was a middle number, like if we had 15 numbers or 13 numbers and I had a middle number, that would just be the median, but it wouldn't be included in Q1 or Q3, okay? So now here is Q1. So looking here, we have to find our middle value. So what would be the middle value there? Very good. So right here, 7 is my Q1 value. So when there's an odd number on each side, there's an actual value. But if it was an even number, we'd have to take the average just like we had to do here. Does that make sense? Okay, and what would be my median of the second half of the data? 21 is correct. And that's it. That's your 5-number summary. Now, originally we were going to have you make a box and whisker plot for this information, but tomorrow we're going to be doing the modified box and whisker where we're talking about interquartile range, a lot of fun, exciting numbers, finding out if there's outliers in our data. And instead of doing like the same thing but 2 different ways, I'm just going to teach you the one way that you're really tested on. Sound good? But you could put these numbers on a graph and mark them to see like the spread of data. But for today, we're gonna just skip the box and whiskers and just state what our 5-number summary is, okay? So moving on to our next example and final example. Pretty exciting, I know. Okay. What is the first thing we need to do here? Very good, ascending order. Okay, so smallest number is what? 10. So as I write these down, I like to just kind of mark them off so that they are gone. Another thing is when you have a lot of data, what I would do is I'd go through and like circle all the numbers that have that start with 1 in here to make sure I don't miss one. And then I arrange those from minimum to maximum. So the next number would be 11, and then I have 2 12s, 15, and then 18. And then next I go to all the numbers that start with 2s, which is the rest of our data. So the first one is 20, 21, 23, 24, and 27. I also like to double check myself by counting. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and number these to start with. So I'm gonna number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 11 numbers here, or 11 pieces in my data set, and I'm just gonna double check that I have 11 here. And I do. So that's just kind of a way to double check that I wrote all the numbers, okay? It's easy to skip them if you don't have some sort of organization. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the easy part. What is my minimum value and my maximum value? Min is 10 and the max is, yeah, and it shouldn't be min and high. Either it should be low and high or min and max, so sorry about this. Okay, next thing is we have 11 pieces of data, correct? So 11 divided by 2 is 5.5, which means that which number is my median? The 6, very good. So 6 right here, this is my median. Now what we want to remember is that this value is not part of Q1 and it's not part of Q3. It is just it's just the median. Yes?
So you don't write the actual number, you write...
Candy for you. It's not number 6. It is the 6th term, but it's actually 18. Good job. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so in my first half of the data, I just have those 5 numbers. This value is just the median. Okay? So what is my median of the left half? Very good. And then on the right half of my data, my median would be, and for some reason we don't have an example, but if there was an even number over here, you guys could still find the median by finding the average of 2 numbers, correct? Okay, you guys are that smart, I know. All right, so that's it. There's your 5-number summary. Okay, we're not gonna do the box and whiskers. And that is it for today. Are there questions?